Would you buy a car without looking under the hood? Would you buy a car without test driving, kicking the tires, turning on the engine to see if the motor works? Would you buy a car without knowing the mileage, the gas mileage, especially today? What this bill is asking us to do is to buy literally a pig in a poke. We don't know what this bill will achieve. There is no, as been explained by Senator Salan's questioning, there is no real savings to be pointed to here that we can identify that makes any difference. The savings is in the state. We tax too much and we spend too much. We should be consolidating state agencies. We should be consolidating state workforce, state business. We should be consolidating what we do here in Albany and eliminating waste and duplication. That's our problem. We shouldn't be meddling around in water districts, in local communities, which are run usually very efficiently and very effectively and deliver a quality product. I live on Long Island. We drink the water beneath our feet. We're very concerned about its quality. The people in the districts that handle that stuff handle it carefully and under great scrutiny, because the people of Long Island care about their water and they understand its importance and significance. I live in the Jericho Water District. It is a water district that has never issued a bond to pay any bills. It is the best run water district on Long Island in my mind. It is one of the most effective, and they're amongst all of them. They're all very effective, but the commissioners of that district have never sought to raise money by issuing bonds. It's been pay as you go. And they do it well, they have excess water, and they deliver a good product. Why would we want to lose that? Why would we want to put that at risk? We talked about fire districts before. The key element in fire districts is response time. If you consolidate Fire District A with Fire District B, you still have to get to where the fire is. What house are you going to close? What equipment are you going to sell off? Because that's where the savings is going to be. And if we start reducing the number of fire houses within your community, within our areas, we now run the risk of extending response time. Response time, as everybody knows, is life and death. If you can't get there on time when the fire is going to rescue the people in the home or to protect and save the home, you have a problem. No amount of consolidation is worth putting someone's life at risk. And when you're doing that, you're putting someone's life at risk for a savings which, as was pointed out so eloquently by Senator Salan, extremely minimal at best. The process belies, explanation. The public is asked to vote on the concept of consolidation. No plan, just the concept. After the vote is taken, should it be successful, then a plan will be formed. By whom? The only way the voters who supported the concept, according to this bill, can get a look at the plan is by doing another referendum with another petition with even more signatures required to get it happen. It's not automatic. It doesn't go back to those voters. I'm reminded of the Wizard of Oz movie, where we saw the Emerald City, where you heard the loud voice of the wizard. But when you got in there, you saw the little old man throwing the levers and pulling the strings, admonishing everybody, don't look at the man behind the curtain, don't worry about the facts, don't worry about the details, just remember the wizard. Just believe in the wizard. Well, I don't think we should be doing that to our taxpayers. I think it's dangerous. I think it's selling a bill of goods that isn't there. We have to be very careful. Consolidation is important. Everybody wants to save money. I believe the Attorney General is working hard. I believe he wants to do the right thing. I really do. I don't believe this bill is crafted well enough. I believe it needs a lot more work. before it should be put out there and before it should be passed to become law. It's dangerous to put this sort of thing forward without a proper vetting, without the proper, really hard look and full explanation. When are we going to vote on this bill? Consolidation, according to this, will be done in a special election. Well, special elections are notoriously low turnout elections. We've all experienced it. We've all run in some cases. I know I did. The turnout in that special that got me elected in the first time in 1995 was about 20% of what turned out in the general election. I got the same percentage, by the way. But the point being, something like this should not be, and as serious as this and as important to this, should not be the subject of a minority of votes and a very small amount of signatures. It should be done, in my mind, in the general. It should be put up for a vote in a general election where a majority of the voters are going to come out and a large number will turn out, hopefully educated, hopefully where full debate in the public, in the light of day, will be done by people running, where this issue can be fully vetted by the taxpayers, who are the ones who are going to have to pay the price for this. Because once you've done it, once you've done this consolidation or the dissolution of these districts, you're not going to go back. You're not going to go back and put them back. Once the damage is done, it's over. And you have to live with that problem for years and years to come. So, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly suggest that we look behind the curtain here, that we lift the hood up on that car and see what is actually there and make sure that it truly works and does what it's going to do. And if we're going to ask our people and say that we're doing this in the guise of voter empowerment, I want to truly empower the voter. I want to make sure that voter knows what they're voting for, not some mythical savings which isn't real. They should understand what the reality is before this thing is done. It's much too important, the issue is much too important for us to do this like this. I suggest this bill go back for revision. And I'm not talking about chapter amendments. I'm talking about revision beforehand. Before it's done. I think this bill should be recalled. And I think it should be redone so that we can have all of the problems that have been pointed out here fixed to everybody's satisfaction before it comes to a vote on this floor. If it comes in this form, if it stays in this form, I will be voting no, because I don't think this is the true thing that it's pretending to be. As I said earlier, this isn't the real issue. This isn't the real thing. This is a wish. And I don't think we should be voting on a wish. I'm going to vote no on this bill if it stays the way it is, Mr. President. I urge everyone else to do the same. Thank you for your patience.